Now at 9, Freeman Health System cuts the ribbon on a $3.6 million rehabilitation facility in Neosho.
Time is running out for Congress to reach a deal on health care. I'm Blake Gully. Coming up, why Senator Josh Hawley says it's time for both parties to work together.
The TSA is telling Americans to pack smart as the busy holiday travel season ramps up. I'm Mike Emanuel in Washington. I've got the details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A major investment in healthcare is now open in Neosho. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. Freeman Health System spent $3.6 million on a new rehabilitation facility that promises to bring advanced care closer to home. KOAM's Mitch Adams shows us what makes this facility different.
Freeman Health System presented their new rehabilitation facility in Neosho with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The 8,300 square foot facility, which costs around $3.6 million to complete, will now offer close-to-home healthcare and rehabilitation therapy services for people in the area.
With the introduction of this new facility, we're able to offer a lot more treatments, a lot more room for our patients, and just a better atmosphere for our patients. And so we're really excited to share that with the community.
Officials say that the facility will have a better opportunity to personalize the care for each individual case and diagnosis.
We're going to be able to evaluate that diagnosis, and we're going to be able to provide individualized treatment for your condition. What you will not get here is a canned program. We're not just going to give you 10 exercises to do, and that's what everybody does. It's going to be specific for your condition and your abilities.
The state-of-the-art facility hopes to provide localized care for those in the area who need it, while providing more options to people in the community who will utilize them.
If you look at the statistics and outcome data, patients that are treated closer to home, they actually perform a little bit better and they have better outcomes. So we want to do everything we can as a community provider of healthcare to ensure that we're investing in our communities and we're doing things that allow for them to recover and heal most appropriately.
In Neosho, Missouri, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
According to Freeman Health System, the facility contains 5 private treatment rooms, a large gym, and new equipment for aquatic therapy. Meteorologist Austin Stantz joins us now with a first look at weather.
Yeah, thanks, Tanya. Tonight going to be a very mild evening out there. Temperatures still in the 50s here at 10 o'clock. Even in the overnight hours, temperatures not falling until around 6 a.m. Shower chances increase as we arrive at that commute hour as well, but winds are also picking up. Heading into the overnight hours tonight could gust upwards of 25, 30, 35 miles per hour. Here's your wind shift line as we head into tomorrow morning. That's that cold front that's going to push through and bring some gusty winds, maybe even near 40 to 45 miles per hour as well. These shower chances, this is what we're going to be tracking for this evening. They begin mostly in our eastern regions, especially for the heaviest of the rainfall, but behind that is some much colder air as we get ready to head into your Thursday night and Friday. I'll have all those details coming up in my full forecast.
Well, Joplin police chase early this morning turns into an officer-involved shooting. The incident unfolded around 4 a.m. when a JPD officer spotted a suspected impaired driver on Main Street. The driver fled during a traffic stop leading to a chase. When finally stopped, the driver drove toward the officer who fired shots. Authorities arrested the suspect after he rammed another patrol car. The man remains hospitalized tonight with minor injuries, including a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. No officers were injured. JPD has placed the officer involved on administrative leave while the investigation continues. Vernon County authorities have increased the reward for any information regarding cattle deaths. The incident happened back in October near Walker, east of Nevada, off of U.S. Highway 54. Investigators believe the cattle were shot with a small caliber weapon. While deputies have recovered some evidence, they say additional information from the public could be crucial to solving the case. The reward is now $15,000 for information that leads to the arrest and conviction. Anonymous tips can be reported by calling the Vernon County Dispatch at 417-667-6042 or by visiting the Sheriff's Office website. Our stories are often discovered by you, our viewers, and we invite you to share your news tips with us. Scan the QR code and you'll be taken to a form where you can submit a tip quickly and easily. Thank you for being a part of the story. Well, the clock is ticking on Congress to reach a deal to extend health care subsidies before lawmakers leave Washington for the holidays. Without action, millions of Americans, including more than 1 million across the 4 states, could see higher insurance premiums starting January 1st. KOAM's Blake Gully joins us with the details.
As Congress prepares to leave Washington for the holidays, lawmakers are still working to reach an agreement on health care. This week, senators from both parties met to discuss a possible 2-year extension of the Affordable Care Act subsidies, a measure Missouri Senator Josh Hawley has supported.
I've talked to members of both parties for months now on this subject, and as my voting reflects, I'm for doing something that will help working people. So I would just say to colleagues in both parties, both sides of the aisle, let's find some solution here. I mean, no solution is perfect. I haven't seen any bill yet that I thought was absolutely tremendous, but you got to start somewhere. And my view is the goal has got to be to get the cost of health care down.
Hawley says the stakes are especially high in Missouri, where hundreds of thousands of residents rely on the federal insurance marketplace.
Well, this is why I voted to extend the subsidies, is because I'm worried too. I'm very worried. 500,000 people just in Missouri get their insurance on the exchange. They buy private insurance on the exchange. And I've seen the numbers. 200, 300% increases in cost for many, many people, depending on where they live in the state, on the exchange. I just don't know how they're going to afford it. And that's why I voted to extend the subsidies and to try to keep premiums low. I mean, I just am not in favor of sitting back and saying, well, you're on your own. I mean, that's just not going to work. People need the help.
Without an agreement in place, the future of the subsidies remain uncertain. Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Any extension would need final approval from both chambers before it can take effect. Well, coming up, a blood partnership.
Community Blood Center of the Ozarks and Mercy Hospital Pittsburgh get set to host a blood drive. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll have more on that coming up.
And later, President Trump orders a full blockade of Venezuelan oil tankers as tensions between the two countries escalate. For the first time, the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks is holding a blood drive at Mercy Hospital Pittsburgh this Friday. KOAM's Kenny Foreman explains more about this relatively new partnership and why events like Fridays are crucial for the community.
In a hospital such as Mercy Pittsburgh with many different needs, there's one constant that must be available: blood.
One trauma event in the ER could deplete a large portion of our stock, so it's constantly evolving, constantly requires replenishment, and constantly requires a good relationship with our blood supplier to make sure that we meet the needs of the community.
Earlier in the fall, Mercy Pittsburgh partnered with CBCO, making it the hospital's exclusive blood supplier. This will help ensure that the blood supply stays as local as possible.
We always have to be prepared, and we always have to have an adequate supply of blood on hand. So, unfortunately, RBCs and especially platelets have a relatively short shelf life. So there's a constant need for replenishment, which is, why these events are so important.
Donating blood might seem unnecessary to some, but CBCO Field Rep Belinda Belk continues to emphasize the importance of considering those they love the most.
We sometimes don't think about it until one of our loved ones is in need. An accident victim, difficulty in childbirth, certainly cancer treatments, heart procedures. All of these things require blood and blood products, and we get it from our amazing donors.
So far, the center has surpassed its goal of at least 20 signups, but they're hoping to get even more.
Everyone is welcome to come. You need to be feeling well and healthy on Friday. Be sure you eat and drink your fluids. Be prepared. Bring your identification. We're going to ask you some medical health history questions. Then you're going to donate, and then you're going to have a snack. That whole process is about 45 minutes to an hour.
And as a special thank you, anyone who donates this Friday will receive this winter blanket courtesy of Community Blood Center of the Ozarks. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
Friday's blood drive will be held from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the DePaul Hall section of the hospital. You can schedule an appointment by visiting the CBCO website. The CDC adopts new guidance for hepatitis B vaccines in babies. The agency now recommends shared decision-making between healthcare providers and mothers who test negative for the virus, rather than automatically giving babies the first vaccine dose at birth. Some health experts worry the new approach will create confusion. But the vaccine panel says the guidance gives parents more choice. And the FDA expands the drug's use to boost libido for older women who have gone through menopause. Addyi was first approved 10 years ago for premenopausal women who report emotional stress due to low sex drive. It's now available to some postmenopausal women under 65. Addyi acts on brain chemicals that affect mood and appetite. The pill is taken once daily. Warnings caution drinking while consuming the pill can cause dangerously low blood pressure and fainting. Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast. And later, high holiday prices have Americans feeling more Grinch than cheerful this Christmas season.
It was a wonderful and mild Wednesday out there, but we are seeing those mild temperatures continue as we head into these evening hours tonight. Take a look at those winds directly out of the south, really giving us these warmer temperatures heading into the overnight hours tonight. These temperatures aren't going anywhere. We're going to see some overcast cloud cover tonight. 61 degrees was our high today. Reached that at 1:53 this afternoon. Our average is at 47. The record was at 68. We weren't too far off. Now, not everyone broke into the 60s, but in Joplin we did. Taking a look at your Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, look at these winds just blowing around, the camera shaking a little bit. These gusts are really starting to pick up heading into the overnight hours tonight. By midnight, we're going to be right around 56 degrees there. Overnight only dropping to 55. As I said, temperature's not going anywhere, but we are going to see these winds increasing, gusting near 35 miles per hour. What we're tracking, a low pressure system and cold front off to our west. We have these southerly winds bringing in this moisture here. As that low pressure tracks east, that's going to give an opportunity for lift for some of this moisture to begin to develop in the atmosphere to produce some showers, mainly to our eastern communities here. On the back edge of this system, though, we're talking about high winds and some colder air. Let's take a closer look here at what you can expect. Here's that moisture. Dew points increasing as we head into your Thursday. You'll notice into the near mid-50s for your dew points, which is just enough to get some rain going, especially the further east you go, the more moisture you're going to find. So these storms really get going after they push off out of our region. Taking a look, though, we are going to have some of these showers begin to move in right around 4 o'clock in the morning. Winds still out of the south, but you'll notice off to the west, there's that wind shift line. That system begins pushing east. That's going to move in, and then we see these showers impacting us right around that commute hour, 6 a.m. here. Heaviest of the showers staying to the east. Stockton, Anderson, maybe even Joplin there. So if you're headed east towards Springfield, you're going to run into some of those heavy showers in the morning. Now these push out quick. By 10 a.m., that's out of the area, but winds are going to begin to picking up here. Our high temperature actually going to be around 6 to 8 a.m. because as that cold front passes, temperatures will head down as we head into the afternoon hours. And then into the overnight Thursday into your Friday, temperatures are back down into the 20s. Going to be a very chilly start for your Friday. Let's talk about those winds for a moment. Right now they're out of the south. As we head into tomorrow, here's that wind shift line right here. Cold front pushes through. As those winds come in, they could gust upwards of 25, 35, maybe even close to 40 to 45 miles per hour tomorrow. So have those Christmas decorations tied down. After the weekend, things are looking pretty good. Saturday, things rebound really well. 64 degrees out there. 52 on Sunday as a weak system pushes through, but then we're back into the 60s. Santa's going to need to cut his suit into shorts out there at 66 degrees here on Christmas Day.
3, 2, 1.
Ribbon cutting ceremonies mark special moments, and this one delivered the keys to a Carthage homeowner whose house was rebuilt by students. Carthage Technical Center carpentry students partnered with Habitat for Humanity to completely remodel the Clinton Street home after a fire destroyed much of it. The ceremony brought together students, Habitat staff, and community members to celebrate the project.
Took us around a year by the time we get started as students and we learn like tools and safety and stuff, and then we get started on a project. It took the course of 2 classes, 2 different years, but it took around a calendar year to complete.
Under the direction of instructors, students gained hands-on experience while helping restore a safe and affordable home for the family. Well, coming up next, Christmas shopping gets tougher as families cut back on holiday spending.
In a new poll, Americans say it's not the Grinch stealing Christmas this year, but steep holiday prices. I'm Connor Hansen in New York. I'll have the details coming up.
The Who's of Whoville ultimately learned Christmas is about more than just material things. That sentiment may be making a comeback this year as consumers experience sticker shock at price tags this holiday season. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen reports.
With less than 2 weeks to go until Christmas, many Americans say it's not the Grinch stealing the holiday this year, but high holiday prices. A new AP NORC poll finds most adults feel like they're paying more than ever for gifts, groceries, and everything else. And that's got them feeling green.
It's not just about inflation rates. It's about the price level. And people still say things cost too much.
About half say they are delaying more big purchases than they usually would, and 4 in 10 are pulling more from their savings this year. 2/3 of Americans say the economy is in poor shape. That's unchanged from this time last year. The sour consumer sentiment comes at an inconvenient time for President Trump.
Some voters are putting them on the naughty list, and there's a question of how we can get on the nice one.
Frustrated by the polls and criticism from the left, the president claims the economy is doing better than ever.
Our prices are coming down tremendously from the highest prices in the history of our country.
But experts say the middle class is feeling their wallets get pinched.
As prices have gone up, their wages haven't gone up, so they're going to be on a tighter budget.
The White House says people will start to feel the effects of its economic policy much more next year, but the poll shows only about 2 in 10 people think things will get better. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
A new report from the Pew Research Center shows most American teens use YouTube and TikTok daily, with about 1 in 5 saying they're on those apps almost constantly. Experts warn this constant screen time can disrupt sleep and real-world social skills. Survey also found about 2/3 of teens have used AI chatbots like ChatGTP, with nearly a third using them daily. A new Gallup survey finds a growing number of Americans are using artificial intelligence at work. The survey shows between the second and third quarters of 2025, the amount of employees using AI at work increased from 40 to 45%. The survey also shows 23% of respondents say they frequently use AI. That's a 4% increase during the same period. Gallup says employees who work in knowledge-based jobs are more likely to use AI. More than 23,000 Americans were surveyed from August 5th to August 19th for the results. Well, coming up next, Columbus second graders teach their community the true meaning of Christmas. Well, today in Columbus, Kansas, Central Elementary second grade students spread Christmas cheer as they caroled around the square. They visited a few of the businesses and sang some holiday classics. After a delay in recent years, the program is back to deliver Christmas spirit to the community.
The community has gone through an awful lot of hardships lately, and it's really heavy on actually all of our hearts. So we wanted to kind of spread some Christmas cheer and put some spirit back into the season.
The teachers at Central Elementary teach the students that this is a time of giving, not receiving. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports is coming your way.
President Trump declares a total blockade around Venezuela, cutting off vital revenue for the country's regime. I'm Rebecca Castor with the latest on the escalating tensions in the Caribbean.
And Nick Reiner's murder arraignment gets delayed until next year.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A record number of Americans are expected to travel for the holidays this year. And if you're one of them, experts say start early and be ready to wait. Fox News Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has more from D.C.
We just keep building on holiday travel.
The holiday travel period officially kicks off in 3 days, running from December 20th to January 1st. And this year is expected to be one for the record books. AAA is predicting more than 122 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home, a 2.2% increase from last year. It's a trend that's been accelerating since the end of the COVID pandemic.
These are the times of year when people want to go out of town, spend time with family and friends. They definitely try to capitalize and maximize the days they have around the holidays.
Most of the holiday travelers will be in cars, but at least 8 million are expected to fly to their destinations, about 200,000 more than last year. And travel experts are telling folks to plan ahead, book flights early, and allow extra time. Some suggesting getting to the airport about 3 hours before your flight takes off.
Get to the airport early. It'll save you so much stress, especially when you don't really know what you can anticipate when you get to the airport and the security lines.
And the TSA is reminding folks to make sure they don't have prohibited items before they get on those long security lines, with extra bag checks expected at major airports across the country.
I'd like to encourage everyone to prepare smartly for travel this holiday season. Above all else, please pack your patience.
The number of travelers isn't the only thing increasing. Prices are also up, with domestic flights averaging about $900, 7% higher than last year. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Well, the son of Hollywood director Rob Reiner appears in court today, charged with murdering his parents. The 32-year-old appeared today in a Los Angeles courtroom behind a glass wall and wearing a suicide prevention smock. Cameras were allowed in court, but the judge barred any video showing Reiner. He faces first-degree murder charges in the deaths of his parents, the iconic Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. The couple was found stabbed to death in their Brentwood home. Nick Reiner's attorney requested to continue the arraignment for more preparation. It's now scheduled for January 7th, 2026. President Trump is now turning to economic warfare in his showdown with Venezuela, targeting its oil industry. Meanwhile, lawmakers in Washington continue to demand clarity on the administration's plans for the South American country. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more from Washington.
After U.S. forces seized a ship full of Venezuelan oil last week, President Trump has now ordered a full blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going to and from the South American country.
This is just enforcing the law. And you have to, if for sanctions that bite, for them to have an impact on behavior, you have to enforce them.
Oil is a major source of revenue for Venezuela, and President Trump says Nicolas Maduro's regime uses those profits to finance drug terrorism, human trafficking, and other crimes. For months now, the U.S. military has been ramping up its presence in the region and taking out suspected drug boats, but the administration has stopped short of saying it wants to remove Maduro from power. Congress, though, wants to know what the next move will be.
Yeah, 15% of the Navy pointed to this guy. If he's still standing when this is over, this is a fatal, major mistake to our standing in the world.
Many lawmakers are wary of entering into a war with Venezuela and disapprove of how things have gone so far, like when the military hit a suspected drug boat a second time to take out survivors from an initial strike. More lawmakers were shown classified video of that operation Wednesday, and calls are growing louder for the Pentagon to release it more widely.
There's nothing there that the American public should not be able to see other than the possibility of accountability.
The men on the boat were trying to continue their mission. That's the truth.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says he has no plans to declassify the entire video. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Austin is next with a complete look at the forecast. And later, feeling drained by all those holiday parties? Psychology experts share tips to keep your social battery charged.
It was a wonderful and mild Wednesday out there, but we are seeing those mild temperatures continue as we head into these evening hours tonight. Take a look at those winds directly out of the south, really giving us these warmer temperatures heading into the overnight hours tonight. These temperatures aren't going anywhere. We're going to see some overcast cloud cover tonight. 61 degrees was our high today. Reached that at 1:53 this afternoon. Our average is at 47. The record was at 68. We weren't too far off. Now, not everyone broke into the 60s, but in Joplin we did. Taking a look at your Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, look at these winds just blowing around, the camera shaking a little bit. These gusts are really starting to pick up heading into the overnight hours tonight. By midnight, we're going to be right around 56 degrees there. Overnight only dropping to 55. As I said, temperature's not going anywhere, but we are going to see these winds increasing, gusting near 35 miles per hour. What we're tracking, a low pressure system and cold front off to our west. We have these southerly winds bringing in this moisture here. As that low pressure tracks east, that's going to give an opportunity for lift for some of this moisture to begin to develop in the atmosphere to produce some showers, mainly to our eastern communities here. On the back edge of this system, though, we're talking about high winds and some colder air. Let's take a closer look here at what you can expect. Here's that moisture. Dew points increasing as we head into your Thursday. You'll notice into the near mid-50s for your dew points, which is just enough to get some rain going, especially the further east you go, the more moisture you're going to find. So these storms really get going after they push off out of our region. But taking a look, though, we are going to have some of these showers begin to move in right around 4 o'clock in the morning. Winds still out of the south, but you'll notice off to the west, there's that wind shift line. That system begins pushing east. That's going to move in, and then we see these showers impacting us right around that commute hour, 6 a.m. here. Heaviest of the showers staying to the east. Stockton, Anderson, maybe even Joplin there. So if you're headed east towards Springfield, you're going to run into some of those heavy showers in the morning. Now these push out quick. By 10 a.m., that's out of the area, but winds are going to begin to picking up here. Our high temperature actually going to be around 6 to 8 a.m. because as that cold front passes, temperatures will head down as we head into the afternoon hours. And then into the overnight Thursday into your Friday, temperatures are back down into the 20s. Going to be a very chilly start for your Friday. Let's talk about those winds for a moment. Right now they're out of the south. As we head into tomorrow, here's that wind shift line right here. Cold front pushes through. As those winds come in, they could gust upwards of 25, 35, maybe even close to 40 to 45 miles per hour tomorrow. So have those Christmas decorations tied down. After the weekend, things are looking pretty good. Saturday, things rebound really well. 64 degrees out there. 52 on Sunday as a weak system pushes through, but then we're back into the 60s. Santa's going to need to cut his suit into shorts out there at 66 degrees here on Christmas Day.
Well, if you're looking for Christmas parades in our area but don't know where to turn, we've got you covered. KOAM has a list of Christmas parades from all over the 4 states, and the final 2 are this Thursday in Afton, Oklahoma, and Saturday evening in Knoll, Missouri. To see our full list, just scan this QR code and head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, highlights from Joplin as the Missouri Southern's women's basketball team battles Avila. Plus, the Colgan Panthers girls basketball team has a lot of new players taking the court, but are ready to build off of last year's success. Sports Director Ryan Blank has those stories and more up next in sports.
The Colgan girls basketball team is coming off a 4th place finish at the state tournament a year ago. And despite having a lot of fresh faces playing crucial minutes, the Panthers are looking to build off of last season. For this year's squad, it all starts with their lone returning starter and reigning Class 2A Player of the Year, Jakayla Davis. Last season, Colgan star guard averaged over 25 points and 4 steals per game, leading to the Player of the Year award, along with first team All-State and All-League honors. Now, in her senior season, Davis is leading the charge for the Panthers.
She's a phenomenal player. I think she's very underrated, especially in the area, but she's just so good. She's so smooth, and she's a competitor, and she's played so many valuable minutes, and she's been in so many big games for us. She's the only kid that I've coached that has started every game of her career, and this is my 15th season, so that speaks volumes of the type of player she is and just the way she carries herself. Every game she's getting double teamed, she's getting, face guarded, and she's still coming out with 20 points, and I'm really glad that I don't have to scout for her.
I just love being able to play with her and just help her to get where she wants to be in her career and help her with these goals. Just being able to be with her and just by her side and being there just when she needs just some help.
In total, Colgan graduated 6 seniors following last season and only have 3 returning players with varsity minutes experience. With a jamboree and the Hoops and Halo tournament to open the year, the Panthers are seeing young athletes take on big roles. And after talking to the team, they believe the sky is the limit for this squad's potential.
It's nice to teach the younger kids and help them evolve to get to the varsity level, because we have to play a lot more than last year. We lost a lot, and I think it's good for us to have a new team, and it's not easy to scout.
These girls have stepped up in so many ways. It's not always just scoring all the points, but just energy and focus and communication and effort overall and attitude. Just all these little things obviously add up to so much more than the score.
Honestly, it's probably the most excited I've been about a group. I think that they don't realize how good they are, which is a good thing. You don't want them to get big-headed or anything like that. But, we're not very tall, but we're athletic. We can shoot. We can drive. This group has the potential to do a lot of great things that I think, some people might be overlooking us, but I think they're going to do some great things this year.
The Panthers are back in action at home on Friday against Liberal. Tip-off set for 6 p.m. from Pittsburgh. The Missouri Southern women's basketball team is off to a strong start this season, sitting at 7-3 through their first 10 games. And on Wednesday, they returned to the court for a home battle against Avila. Lions and Eagles facing off for the first time since 2017, with MSSU eyeing a 5th straight win. Early first quarter, Lions feeding the post. McKenna Yoakley down low to Ashlyn Alloway, who scores the easy lay-in. It's Yoakley now going to be in transition off the long rebound. Looking for a teammate, maybe looking to score this time. She'll dish it to Delaney Roller for the easy fast break bucket. But the sophomore forward would get her chance to score. Grace Frazier with the toss to Alloway, who drives to the lane, attracting the defender and finding Yoakley for a layup. Final seconds of the first quarter. Southern's defense forces a turnover. Frazier up against the clock, gets a shot off. Good if it goes off the back iron and in at the buzzer. Lions make it 5 wins in a row, dominating Avila at home 91-49. The yearly recognition continues for Pitt State football, with a pair of Gorillas stars being named Division II All-Americans earlier today. Starting with